Hello. Welcome. We're continuing with music. Now we're doing reading. And I just wanted to say that we are, I believe it should be in week 12 now. So we're almost over. Yeah. So at this point, your group should have at least picked something that you want to do for your final presentations, and you guys are working hard on getting it done. Of course, any questions, go ahead and ask me. On that note, excuse the pun, music note, okay. On that note, if you feel it's urgent, you want to know right now, you can just send me an email or use the Kakao group, class group. So yeah, otherwise, yeah, I check the portal. I try to check the portal every day. So yeah, any questions, feel free to ask, and let's get started. Reading. This is music now. All right, so let's get to the next slide here. All right, here we go. So just the right music. All right, here we're going to discuss the different types of music. So read the information. When should you listen to classical music? And of course, we all know that it's for studying or getting to sleep. So now we're going to listen to an audio of what you see here. So what's the best music for? So they will tell you, as you can see, they will tell you, and then they'll tell you why. All right, let's listen.
The best music for studying is classical or instrumental music, such as Mozart's sonatas or Spanish guitar. It makes it easier for you to concentrate and take in new information. The best music for getting to sleep is soft classical music, such as the works of Handel and Bach. It slows down brainwaves and helps you relax. The best music for exercising is electronic, hip-hop, or pop songs, such as Lady Gaga's Applause. It has a fast and regular rhythm. The best music for driving are pop songs with a gentle tempo, such as Justin Timberlake's Cry Me a River. The rhythm matches your heartbeat and keeps you calm, so you drive carefully.
So now you know. So a lot of times when you go on YouTube and you want to find music to study with to help you study, a lot of it will be classical. Now you know why. All right, I'm going to get to the main part of this unit, and there will be questions like this on the test about countable and uncountable nouns. So I want to just go over that quickly. So for example, you should already know by now, if you can count how many, right? So song, you can count. Lyric, yes, you can, there's one lyric, there are two lyrics. Music, you cannot count. Beat, yes, you can count. Rhythm, no. Sleep, no. Study, no. So let me show you why. Okay, so we have how much, how many, a few, a little, a lot. So we have too much money. Uncountable. Money is not countable. Always look at the noun. Is the noun countable? We have a little money. Uncountable. So people, they're countable. There are many people. There are a few people. Is there any money? Are there any people? That would be for both. So the is are, there are lots of people and a lot of money. there are some people and there's some money. Again, both. Now, you're probably looking at this and thinking, confusing, how am I supposed to remember which one to use for countable, which one to use for uncountable, which one to use for both? All right, and what I'm going to show you next is available in the class folder, and I will give it to you in class, and that is a neat little chart that actually has like an X, meaning you can't use it, and a check, meaning you can. So as you can see, for example, where you can use both for countable and uncountable nouns, a lot of, any, lots of, some. Okay, so, and yeah, this is in the class folder, and I will be giving this to you in class. All right, so this is something I did with the last book. Well, I make 2 of these videos because the units are not the same. And something I started with the other book is I will be turning the video off so that there is less distraction. And then at the end, I will turn my video back on. So I'll see you at the end. So see you soon. All right. So as you can see from the book, you will be circling the correct words, right? And of course, you have to know, is it countable or not? And of course, you have to think of the noun. Is the noun 명사 countable or not? And then for the next one, you will be correcting the mistakes. Now, I always say I will give you as much time as you need, and you have as much time as you need, but we will be going over each of these. First, I will show you D, then I will show you E. So right now, just work on D. And I have the chart here, so you can always look on the screen, but you have as much time as you need. Pause the video now. Again, D. All right, so you have unpaused the video and you are ready to check your answers for countable, uncountable. I hope the chart helped you. Let's check your answers in. All right, as I said, we're going to check only for D right now. So, do you like, okay, first of all, before I start this, remember, always think of the noun. Music is not countable. So if you look on the chart, you will see that because it's not countable, do you like this music? I do. Do you know where I can download some? And that noun is countable. So, songs. All right. Now here the noun, you have to look at the noun time. And time is not countable. Minutes, yes. Hours, yes. Days, and so on. But just time, no. So did it take much time to download that new song? And of course, we already saw that people is countable. Yeah, I think too many people were trying to download it at once. So was there a big crowd at the concert? And not really. There were only a few people. Again, why? Look at the chart. And again, it all has to do with whether the noun is countable or not. All right, you've done D. Hopefully you've done both, but if you haven't done both or it's not enough time, don't worry. Don't worry, just now you're going to work on E. You have the chart. These 4 sentences have mistakes. Obviously, the mistakes have to do with countable and uncountable. So find the mistakes and correct it. Just put a line through it and write the word on top, the correct word on top. And of course, as much time as you need, pause the video now. All right, you have unpaused the video and you are ready to check whether you have the same corrections as I do, meaning you found the mistakes and you corrected them. All right, we'll check your answers in. Okay, so first I'm going to read the sentence as is, and then I will tell you where, I will tell you and show you where the mistake is. I love this band, but they don't have many live concerts these days. All right, so first of all, concert is countable, so that's the mistake, and the correct would be concerts. All right, the performance stopped because there was too many noise coming from the crowd. All right, so noise is not countable. So many is crossed out, much is the correct word. I was amazed by how few equipment the band had on stage. So equipment in and of itself, like just the word, is not countable. So I was amazed by how little equipment they had on stage. Okay, so you cross out few and write in little. All right, after the band finished their last song, there were a lot of applause. Again, applause is not countable, so was. There was a lot of applause, and just as a reminder, here's the chart if you wanted to look at it. Okay, whether you want to take a screenshot, correct your mistakes, whatever it is you need to do for any of these, I'm going to give 5 seconds to do what you need to do, and then move on to the next slide. So 5 seconds starting now. All right, let's move on. All right, so now with no chart, can you circle the correct word here? As the chart calls it, quantifier. Which one is the correct quantifier? Quantity means amount. So, all right, you have as much time as you need. Pause the video now. All right, you have unpaused the video. You're ready to check your answers. We'll check your answers in. All right, so for here, there is no audio, even though he's wearing, it looks like there might be because of the image you see. He's wearing headphones. So I will read. All right, so if you're a student who's struggling with too many exams, we all know what that's like, a little classical music might just help. According to many different academic studies, classical music has many benefits for your brain and body that can make a difference at exam time. It has been shown that listening to classical music has an effect on how much new information you can learn, and if you're stressed or not getting much sleep, classical music can help too. It can help you relax, and it is also said to reduce blood pressure. All right, I forgot to take the pause button away, but I'll put it up because, like I said, whatever it is you need to do, please do it now. You have 5 seconds. All right, let's move on. Now we're getting into the actual reading. And as you can see, just the question there, how does it make you feel already? How does it make you feel? Because this is a video, that is something for you to think about. All right, so music and the brain. So yeah, the reading is going to be about how music affects the brain. Okay. Yeah, actually made me want to dance. The quick question there, listen to part of Yeungnam's Hungarian dance number 5. How does it make you feel? And yeah, I actually did move around in my seat because the music was written to dance, and the title, of course, Hungarian dance number 5. So, and you, again, like I said, something to think about. As you can see, we're doing the reading here. As you can see from your book, you also have questions. But first, let's listen and read along.
One day, several years ago, Valerie Salimpour took a drive that changed her life. Salimpour, a neuroscience graduate, was struggling to decide on her career path. She felt that a drive might help clear her head. When she turned on the car radio, a piece of violin music came on. Brahms' Hungarian Dance number 5. Something just happened, she recalls. I just felt this rush of emotion. It was so intense. She stopped the car so she could focus on the music. She wondered why it had such a powerful effect on her. Salimpour found a job working as a neuroscientist. Her research involved scanning people's brain activity as they listened to music. She discovered that when people listen to music they like, their brains flood with dopamine, a chemical linked with pleasure and motivation. In one experiment, people listened to the first 30 seconds of unfamiliar songs. The listeners were then given the option of buying the full songs using their own money. By analyzing dopamine-related areas of the participants' brains, Salimpour was able to successfully predict which songs the people would choose to buy. She could tell what they liked and what they didn't based on brain activity. But why might one person like a song while another person doesn't? Salimpour says it all depends on past musical experiences. Eastern, Western, jazz, heavy metal, pop. All of these have different rules they follow, she says. These rules are recorded as patterns or templates in the brain. If the new music has a familiar template, your brain releases dopamine and registers a feeling of pleasure. This might explain why most people have a preference for a certain type of music. There are questions Salimpour is still trying to answer. How does our brain make musical templates? Why do people with similar backgrounds have different preferences? Her research, though, has given her a new way to think about her experience years ago. That day, she says, it all seemed like such a big mystery. Now, when she hears a piece of music she likes, she has a better understanding of what's happening inside her brain.
Okay, and for the questions I mentioned earlier before the reading, you have your book, you should already see them. They look like this. All right, why does music affect our emotions? What is the happiest music to listen to? When did our brains first hear music? And why do different people like different kinds of music? All right. Actually, these aren't the questions. I'm sorry, there's only one. And you have to choose which two questions does the passage talk about. So there are questions, you just need to choose the two that this passage or reading talks about. So I'll give you as much time as you need. Pause the video now. All right, you have unpaused the video and you are ready to check whether you have the same two questions as the book says you should have. So let's check your answers in. So which two questions does the passage discuss? All right, the passage discusses why does music affect our emotions? Why do different people like different kinds of music? And of course, to get the answers to those questions, just look in the reading. But we are moving on to understanding details. Oh, by the way, sorry, whatever you need to do, 5 seconds. All right, understanding details. So circle the best answer for each question. You may have to go back to the reading to find your answer, but you have as much time as you need. Just pause the video now. Okay, you have unpaused the video and you are ready to check your answers in. Okay, why was Hungarian dance number 5 special to Salimpour? It had a strong effect on her career. What is the main idea of paragraph 2? Researchers found a link between music and the chemical activity in the brain. What are the templates referred to in paragraph 3? Patterns in the brain that relate to certain types of music. All right, read the following sentence. Where would you place it, paragraph 1, paragraph 2, or paragraph 3. Right then, she decided her future career. Paragraph 1, driving, she heard. Okay, what does mystery in paragraph 4 refer to? What happens in our brain when we listen to music? Okay, whatever you need to do, please do that. You have 5 seconds starting now. All right, vocabulary. As you were reading, you saw those words in blue. Those are the vocabulary words for the unit or for the reading part. So here are the sentences. Please look at the reading, look at the words in blue, and put the correct words in blue in the correct blank space. And just to help you, I'm even going to, you don't even have to go to the reading. I'm going to show you. Right, and you have as much time as you need. Pause the video now. All right, so you have unpaused the video and you are ready to check your answers. The words are there. Let's check your answers in. Okay, now the words are gone, but they're going to come up in the correct spaces. And let's check to see if you have the words in the correct blank space. A scientist usually has to do a lot of research as part of their job. Chemicals released by our brain can affect our emotions. Don't forget capital C because it's the first word. The earthquake registered 7.2 on the Richter scale. You can turn on your TV with a remote control. Certain songs can have an emotional effect on people. All right, so yeah, as usual, whatever you need to do to help you with the answers, please do it now. You have 5 seconds. All right, a little bit more than 5 seconds. All right. So now we're going to watch a short little video. This is traditional music, Ireland, I believe. Anyways, let's read it. At first, an unfamiliar accent can be difficult to understand. Try to identify the vowel sounds that are different and listen to other examples of the same accent to increase the familiarity with it. Okay, so Ila or Leonard is a musician who sings in a style called Sean-nós. Watch the video. Which country does Sean-nós singing come from? Okay, so you're going to watch the video, and as you're watching, think of these questions. They're true or false. All right, so I hope I pronounced his name right. I know Sean-nós, that's how you pronounce that. All right, here we go.
My name is Yeungnam, and I'm American. I come from Cork, West Cork, and I passion sings.
Olenard sings in a traditional style called shanos. He sings in Gaelic, which was Olenard's first language as a child. He was 5 years old before he learned English. Olenard was the 8th of 12 children. His mother and grandmother were also singers, indeed, shanos style.
I remember my first day at school. Mrs. Mac was my teacher. I remember she lifted me up and she stood me on a desk. First day I was ever in school. I was about 5, and she said, "Sing." It was almost as if there was those kind of shoes there waiting for me to put my feet into it.
Olenard released his first of 3 solo albums in 1997. He is now a member of a group called The Gloaming. The group released its award-winning first album in 2014.
Okay. Here are the questions again. True or false? False. Olenard sings in English. Some of his relatives were also singers. Olenard's teacher, Mrs. McSweeney or Mrs. Mack, encouraged him to sing. Olenard released his first solo album in 2014. You have as much time as you need. Pause your video now. All right, you have unpaused your video and you are ready to check your answers. Remember, just true, false. All right, so here we go. First, A, don't worry about that. You just had to do true, false. It comes from Ireland. All right, so Olenard sings in English. False. He sings in Gaelic. Some of his relatives were also singers. True. Olenard's teacher, Mrs. McSweeney or Mrs. Mack, encouraged him to sing. Yes, when he was 5, put him on a desk and just said, sing. Olenard released his first solo album in 2014. False. His first solo album was 1997. His group's first album was 2014. So as a group, they released their album in 2014. All right, let me put the video back on because we are at the end. All right, it's coming. So as it's coming, I'll go to the next slide. Well, it's already here. So yeah, that's it. It's a little bit longer than 30 minutes, but I hope you enjoyed it. And yeah, all I can say is I'll see you guys in class. So see you in Zoom. Bye.